all, it's James Johnson, aka Sulfurblade, and I am glad to be back here with Hearts of Iron 4, La Resistance, as we're playing Portugal. And we are 1937 in the midst of the Spanish Civil War. We haven't actually interjected into the war yet, as our side, the Carlists, have not risen up. So far, the anarchists have risen up out of Barcelona. You have the communist republicans in yellow on the south, and you have the fascist nationalists up in the north in the peachy color. But the good monarchists, the people who really want to control Spain, are not there to support as of yet. So, with that being said, let us jump into this game and get the time started. I am really enjoying the Spanish Civil War. This has been far more, I think, I haven't even participated in the Spanish Civil War yet, and I'm having more fun with the Spanish Civil War than I tend to have with the main World War II giant blob warfare of this game. If this game could somehow encapsulate the small wars of like the Spanish Civil War into a string of wars, like the Spanish War, then this war, then that war, and people people meddle in each of those small wars to try to push aside, that would be that would be a great game. But as it is, this game usually ends up where everyone's fighting everyone, and then things just go to hell. And hopefully we can avoid those huge all-encompassing wars in this particular playthrough. Hey, we got something happening here. Nationalist Spain declares war on Regional Defense Council of Aragon. Nationalist Spain declares war on Spain. Nationalist Spain declares war on Carlist Spain. Okay, so the Carlists are here. And they're here. They're here, and they're here. They're everywhere. Wow. Very interesting. How far are we from being able to get in? A little while. I'm almost tempted to end this and just go to the other one. Okay, this is getting complicated. It is, isn't it? Hey, the Carlists seem to be doing alright. They're holding their own. They are holding their own, in fact. Improve machine tool. Alright, it's 37, and conversion speed bonus. I don't think we need a conversion speed bonus at this point in time. We're not really converting anything. We don't really have any factories to really do any stuff, to be honest, but it is what it is. Alright, we're We're going to see some back and forth until the battle lines kind of, till they stabilize. But I think the big losers right now are the communist Republican Spain, as they seem to be really getting the brute hammer of everything. Though nationalist Spain doesn't seem to be able to go directly at them right now, which, yeah. Amelia Earhart lost for navigation, or for aviation. That is too bad. 37. Resource gain efficiency, yes. We're still missing equipment, and it's probably artillery. It's got to be artillery, actually. Japan is in its civil war. Alright, now it's time to see if we can't meddle in some foreign politics. 70 days. It's going to be a long 70 days. 70 days of watching the colors on the map, hoping we'll be able to get involved in time. Wait. Who's who? Actually, that is a good question. Yeah, this color is the Carlos. Okay. I'm not sure where we should get involved. Malaga is actually considered the Carlist capitals, so it might make the most sense, even though this is the smallest territory, to come down here and push up. Instead of... Instinctively, I want to get into this pocket here, but it's not necessarily the best route to go. I think it would be better to try to control this territory for them, and then maybe push up along my border. Connect through here to this pocket. Yeah, when we get in, that's probably what we're gonna do. Carlos, Spain was annexed. You're well, that's terrible. Really, that is terrible. Well, but is it though? So, what was I supposed to do to actually get... I couldn't do this until I saw that they existed. And then when they existed, I got here as soon as I could, but didn't have enough time to get involved. That feels... I don't know. The fact that the Anarchists are still around and kicking. The Anarchists, who I personally think should be weaker than the Carlists. I mean, how did I think the Carlists lost too easily there. I'm a little saddened to how fast the Carlists were knocked out. But that's going to change our plans, and I suppose now we're just going to have to conquer Spain. And we'll unify it under the Portuguese crown. I think that makes sense. Seems like the right thing to do in this situation. Kind of sad I wasn't able to get through here, though. Okay, what do we have here? Restoration of monarchy requires from monarchist cause in Portugal. Remove spirit, replaces unstable republic with unstable monarchy. Weekly stability, construction speed, gain base stability. Gain base stability, minus 10%. Oh, so I'll take a temporary 10% hit, but I will gain the weekly stability and construction and speed. So that's fine. Daily power gain, good. Weekly stability, good. If stability is below 40%, at that time the focus completed a civil war will start. Let's think about the math. Gain monarchists on the rise, which grants weekly stability minus 50%. Daily support for unaligned goes up. So 730 days is how many weeks? There's 7 days in a week. That's 104 weeks times 0.5. That's at least 50% stability out the window during that. So we're going to need something to counteract that. We need to be at 100% stability before taking this. right? Yes. Right. Yeah, we can't do that yet. So we should probably continue to work on our infrastructure. Roads, bridges, and dams. In the meantime, let's do something that improves our stability. Improved worker conditions. We'll be able to retake that in 2 days. Let's make sure Brazil is still loving the non-aligned universe. They do. So in 2 days, we're going to throw our civilian power behind stabilizing our regime by making all kinds of toys with propaganda. You know, baseballs with pictures of the leader on it, footballs with pictures of the leader on it, toys with little zip cords you can pull that'll give a great speech about how wonderful monarchies are. You know, all the normal good things in life. We will do that. It must be available now. Where are we here? Indeed, where are we here? Institute Press. We were 2 days away from having that event. Promises of peace. I'm confused. Well, maybe I need 150 political power for it to appear. That could be the case. What is this about? Modify government. Maybe there's something worth grabbing right now? Yeah, I don't think there is. Nothing that's going to give me stability. So we're not doing that. It's improved workers' conditions that I want. Where did it go? Hmm. Well, I have to admit, I'm a little disappointed I wasn't able to get involved in the Civil War. I was so close, and then it was just ripped away from me. All my plans of great stuff happening. Yeah, I don't quite like how the Carlists start. The anarchists always get this nice, easy start here in a conducive little area, and then the Carlists get this crazy, we're going to be split up here and here crap. You know, maybe they should give the Carlists like that and this so that it's more, I don't know, easier to defend and not surrounded on all sides. Superior firepower. Yes, indeed. Superior firepower. Do we continue on here, or do we... It's not 38 yet. We don't have the factories to build anything yet. Probably would make most sense to continue on. However... Yeah, fuel. Every army needs fuel. Every empire needs fuel. Can I improve workers' conditions yet? No. I want to be able to put my political power into stabilizing my country. Wilhelm II returns to the German Empire. In a surprising announcement yesterday morning... Hey, I'm trying to read something here. In a surprise announcement yesterday morning, the German government officially lifted the exile on William II. Later in the day, the old Kaiser's motorcade passed the Dutch-German border, and upon his return to Berlin, he was ceremoniously reinstated as Kaiser of the German Empire. The Kaiser has already vowed to see Germany return to its old greatness, but it remains to be seen which direction the nation will take with its diplomacy. Excellent. Okay, and national focus, indeed. We need more research slots. That's what we really need. If we're going to be... Here's one, right? Well, we can actually sort this stuff now, can't there? There are 34 focuses that belong to this filter. Research sharing, research agreement. Right. How about research slots? Stability. There are 9 things that have to do with stability. Like... None of those we're going to be doing. Territorial expansion, war support, manpower, industry. Let's get back to research. There's a research slot there. There's a research slot. Okay, how do I undo what I just did? I don't want to look by filters anymore. Okay, there we go. I think we make a beeline for that research slot. So let's do it. That'll get us a military factory. We need to start making some artillery, so that's good, I suppose. What is... French Commune declared war on France. Whoa. Whoa. That's very interesting. Now we have a French Civil War going on. So Germany sent divisions to help the French Commune. The French Commune is communist. Germany's helping a communist state. It seems a bit, I don't know, weird? Yeah, okay. We'll eventually need it. And I hate the fact that my political power is not doing anything. Promises of... Well, what's that? At peace, more than 20% war support, less than 100%. Daily political power gain goes down, but I do get stability, and weekly war support goes down. But you know what? I don't really care about war support at this point in time. What I do care about is stability. So you know what? Let's make promises of peace. We need to stabilize our country. There's no daily change. Why? I feel like I need to do something to affect that, so let's do some democratic raids. I know it does hit us in the short term in stability, but it will, I think, benefit us in the long term. It is not, it's still 37. could start early on support weapons. Wouldn't be horribly early. We're not even really fighting in anything yet but you know, it's good to be prepared. No, let's get radio detection. Bangladesh declares war on Pakistan. A lot of fighting over there. That's interesting. Ooh, free civilian factories. Let's take advantage of that, shall we? Pact of Rome formed. Austria joined the Pact of Rome. Alright, earlier today, Kingdom of Hungary and Austria issued a joint statement that the latter has now been formally granted member status of the Pact of Rome. Whether this partnership will be used for offensive or defensive purposes remains to be seen, but undoubtedly extensive joint military planning is already underway. Austria, Pact of Rome formed. Today, the respective governments of Italy, Austria, and Hungary issued a joint statement announcing the formation of the Pact of Rome. The three powers have vowed to aid each other both militarily, defensively, and offensively should the need arise. The balance of power in the region has changed drastically overnight. Germany is no longer unopposed. Can we look at the... where is it here? There should be a diplomatic map mode. Fog of War. Factions map mode. There we are. The Czech Entente, the Pact of Rome. Thought Italy was part of it. Alright, well, that's interesting. Now go back to the normal default map mode. Thank you. Let's carry on, move on. Spanish directory. I think fuel refining is the way to go. Thinking about doing some fascist raids. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Right, we're making a beeline for the research facility, so let's do that. And free military factory, excellent. We need some artillery, please. Let's move that on up. We have tungsten? Good. Well, we might be able to actually put some... Well, before we put any units into production, let's adjust our primary infantry division. Now might be a good time to do that, actually. Here. Edit. Yes. Good. We don't really... I mean, anti-air could not hurt. We don't really have a lot of anti-air equipment, do we? No, not really. Artillery most certainly would be useful. That should have raised the combat with more than that. We have 16 points. Alright. That gets us a good solid 20 combat width, which is a good combat width. 20, 40, 80 are kind of what I aim for, because I think... Don't quote me if I'm wrong, but I believe 80 is full combat width. You can't have any more than 80 combat width in a fight, typically, without some doctrines coming into play. And so if you have 4 20 width units, they will all fight together and fill up that combat width. Or if you have 2 40 width, they will fight together and fill up that combat width. Or if you have 1 80 width, they will fight together and fill up that combat width. Or 10 combat widths will fight together and fill up that combat width. I think I've always thought that 20 is kind of like the sweet spot. interest in flexibility of having units to go where you need them, but not be so huge that you can't cover your line. But yeah, that's how I feel about this particular combat with setup. So this is going to be kind of like our primary workhorse division, and we will probably add a couple more support units here. Thinking field hospital, and I want to play around with the new recon unit mechanics. So that's probably what we will see here. Let's go ahead and save that. And now those units should try to fill in to accomplish, to meet the new needs of what I demand my infantry units to be. So they're going to be trying to fill up and probably even having to retrain. Yeah, they're going to have to, or they need to be ordered to retrain. They do. I don't like this communist trend I'm seeing here all of a sudden. I may have to do communist raids. In fact, I think that might be a thing. Alright, send in the communist raids, please. I've spent a lot of political power on stuff that typically I wouldn't spend political power on. But I need a stable country. That seems to be a kind of an important thing I need to happen here sooner than later. Alright, we got some China. Going after some China. That's all good for me. Or bad for me. I don't care what it is for me, because I don't really care about China. Okay, improved equipment conversion. It is 1938 now. And these are 39 techs. Yeah, computing machine, most definitely. Most definitely. So we only have 3 research slots, but I feel like we've kept up to date on the important things to keep up to date. So I don't feel like we're really far behind research-wise, but I don't feel like we're a research powerhouse either. But things are going okay. The communists have retaken Madrid. That's not good. Maybe the Carlists can rise again. Is that a thing? Can I somehow um, like support the Carlos? Can I create a puppet government in Portugal and Carlos? No. Yeah, can't open up diplomacy with them. I want to invite them to be I don't know, a government in exile. It seems like that was a thing. Like you could have governments in exile, and I would gladly host the Carlos in exile in Portugal. But that does not seem to be a thing that I think it should actually be a thing. If anyone ever sees this from Paradox, you need to create government in exiles for the Spanish Civil War, like Carlos, for example, going to Portugal. If so invited. I think that would be a good thing. No. Land doctrine? Probably. Okay, let's do it. Okay, military vehicles. That'll get us another military factory, which we actually might use on motorized. Requires one of the following and get a research slot. Yep, let's do that. Alright, is there anything we can build that we need to build? I would like some anti-air equipment. So, yeah, I think that's going to be a thing. I don't think it's a hugely important thing, but it is somewhat of an important thing. I'm going to want to have some anti-air support equipment in the near future, so we might as well get that going and gone. Yes, I know there's no divisions with anti-air in them. Got it. Understand. Thank you. Can I get stability higher than it is? Or am I capped out? I think I'm going to do another round of democratic raids. We're making progress right now, and I feel like we need to keep the progress up. Really? Poland seeks Baltic cooperation. Excellent. So the Poles are trying to create the whatever it's called. And Yugoslavia claims Bulgaria, setting da-da-da-da-da. Powder keg never disappoints. Yes, I like it. I like the fact that all these little power blocks are forming instead of a giant power block. It's good to see. Very good to see. Now, France could only beat some commies back. In fact, they've got a two-front war. That's communist France. That's going to be horrible. Maybe Italy can deal with that. Get some fascist intervention over there, but then again, Italy's probably wrapped up in the Spanish Civil War. They should be able to they should be a big enough fascist power. They should be able to meddle in both sides here. How are you guys doing? Ah, you're trained up. Good. Civilian factories. Ooh, I like the sound of that. Do we have a full line? Do we really have a full line? Oh, that's beautiful. And we're starting on a second line. Oh, such wonderful things I see. When that second line gets to 5 civilian factories, we are going to start meddling in some of the new intelligence features in La Resistance. And that should be much fun. Man alive. France is getting destroyed. Military research facilities. Excellent. Just what the doctor ordered. Okay, it's 38, and we need to upgrade our support equipment here soon. Armor focus? No, not really. Here's the other research slot, which requires doing a little bit of Navy stuff. Would it hurt to do some Navy stuff? Would it be so terrible? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not like my dockyards are doing anything important. They're just making convoys. Yeah, let's do it. It makes sense in my mind. The sooner we start building a navy, the sooner we'll have a navy, And the longer we put off building a navy, the longer it'll be until we actually have a navy. So, yeah, we probably should do that now. Although building ships will require steel and things that I don't know if I'll have enough of. That's a good point. Could probably make something happen. We'll see. We'll see about it. Man, look at the anarchists. The anarchists are just going all anarchy and stuff. Now, if the anarchists would just all of a sudden decide, hey, let's be crazy anarchists and invade communist France, then maybe I'd give them a pat on the head and say, good job. If the anarchists take this, I think they're just gonna... This is where the anarchists should just decide it's not in our best interest to cut off the nationalists. Because if the anarchists end up having to face the communists, yeah, they just cut them off. I don't think the anarchists can take on the communists on their own. They need the nationalists in this fight. They need to stop pushing the nationalists so hard. But, you know, who am I? I'm just some random godlike overlord watching that they can't communicate with. My opinion doesn't matter to them. Alright, stability's looking better. Daily change to... I think maybe we need to do some fascist raids. And we're going to do that. Yeah, the nationalists are not long for this world. However, France seems to be striking back here, which is good to see. So we got the commies down here looking good, but the commies down here looking a little weaker. And now it's Red Spain versus Yellow Spain. Slow down. Okay, stuff and things. Research, 1938. Fuel refining, fuel gain per oil. Get a bit more fuel. Yes. Free dockyards. Build an actual ship. Have any actual ships worth building, though? It's hard to say. Maybe this Delphim class is worth building? Doesn't have any sonar. Doesn't... I don't want to build garbage ships. They can be refitted, I suppose. I mean, if there was a garbage ship to build, I suppose it would be subs. Yeah. Okay. We'll build some garbage subs. I do want to purchase some ships. But who from? Probably from Great Britain, since... Free civilian factories. Nice. And what? Oh yeah, we're making a beeline for the other research slot. Submarine effort. Trade interdiction research bonus for submarine models. And here we go. Great Britain accepts to build our ships. Light cruisers. Definitely light cruisers. Treaty of Yan'an. China took one state. Communist China was annexed. Communist China capitulates. Well, at least one commie got smacked down. Though France seems to be getting a little more blue here. That's good to see. Computing machine. Well, why research the old fire control when I could research the new, which would take 69 days. You know, it might be time to do a little naval stuff. I'm going to want to build something useful. So what would be most useful for subs? The Fourth International. Well, it looks like it wasn't held in Paris. The French are actually doing their jobs, standing up for freedom and democracy. Whoa, hey, United States has declared war on the United States. That's always good to see. Wait, what is this? What is this? This is... The Loyalists are not aligned. Interesting. And the... Okay. Okay. It's... Okay, it's... Looks very entertaining. Okay, the Second American Civil War. The struggle for the soul of America has broken out into the open. And the small little area of New England is taking on the rest of the United States. And look at New England explode, taking over the industrial areas of New York and Pennsylvania. Alright, we need to get the improved infantry equipment. Whoa, that was fast. What is going on here? There's some crazy stuff happening in the United States. How did that... Whoa, look at this. It's just giant swaths are just going, boom, we give up. Huh. What's Canada up to? They're up to things. Spanish Civil War isn't looking so well, but the French war to repel communism's looking all right. Any other amazing wars going on anywhere? Oh yeah, Japan and their Civil War. The state of Japan, who's winning here? Democratic Japan is winning. And I've been chumming up with Great Britain. What Great Britain am I chumming up with? Ah, good. Italian diplomatic isolation. Diplomatic relations between Italy and the German Empire have taken a turn for the worse recently, with a string of minor diplomatic incidents being seized upon by the German government to fuel hostile rhetoric through Italo-German relations had begun to improve in recent years. These new developments seem to effectively preclude any future cooperation between the two European powers. Critics point out that the concurrent improvements in Anglo-German relations, as well as the convenience this Italian diplomatic isolation provides to the British, which may indicate backroom deals between the two nations. The British have been plotting. Indeed. Those dirty British. What have they been plotting? I think it's more the Portuguese have been up to things, but, you know, as long as they want to blame it on the requires merchant. Well, that's a little different, isn't it? Well, I guess we gotta do what we gotta do. Yeah, the anarchists are not faring very well right now. And the U.S. Civil War has once again turned into the Civil War. It looks like the North versus the South. I think Japanese Civil War will end soon. We're up to 90% stability. White piece over there. Yeah, that's not good. They've effectively cut the anarchists in two now. I think it's only a matter of time. I'm gonna have a communist Spain neighbor. Doesn't sound very appealing. Manpower. Seems like I should probably be doing something with that. What does this stuff do again? Command power is used for various military operations, promotions of generals. It can be spent on one-time operations, or it can be allocated for continuous operations. Growth and maximum capacity of command power can be increased by various doctrines and national spirit. Yeah, seems like I should be doing something with that, but what? There's something I can do with you? If I promoted you, you would become, what, a field marshal? Do I really want that? Can assign a trait here. Offensive doctrine, defensive doctrine, organization first, charismatic. I like entrenchment. I really do like entrenchment. Though he's not. He does have old guard. Yes, so I've at least used some of my political power here. Or command power. Yeah, that's what it is. Right, gentlemen, restart the clocks. Alright, it might be time for let's think about this here. If I went with a captain of industry, now, am I going to be building a lot of infrastructure? Probably not. Refineries? Possible I might build a couple. Probably not a lot. Civilian factories. How many more civilian factories am I really going to build? I mean, I would like to have one more line, but I've already commenced building the second line. Though I've commenced it, I've only kind of just begun on the second line. So I'm really halfway through building my civilian factory infrastructure. Is getting this guy now that I'm halfway done with industry for the civilian sector worth it? Or would it make more sense to get a war industrialist when I might more likely be building military factories and dockyards in the near future, as well as fuel silos? He seems like he may make more sense, but at the same time, I can only build as many military factories as I have space for, and do I really have that much space in Portugal to build these factories? So perhaps this guy, the land fort, coastal fort, and anti-air dude, he probably would give me the most bang for my buck going forward, because as things heat up, those things, land forts, coastal forts, anti-air facilities, I'm going to be building a lot of those. I always do. I'm a kind of a win through engineering type guy, and that's the type of engineering I build. So he makes sense to me. But there's a lot of stuff I need to fill in here. A lot of stuff. Ship designer, naval research speed. I might want to get that. Light aircraft research speed. A lot of these things make sense. Weapons, and it may be time to start filling these in now. Political power gain at the expense of army experience. It's sort of interesting trade-off, but not sure I want it. Division attack versus experience gain. I probably think that the researches are the way to go, and since I am currently working on the Navy, let's do that one. I think I've done enough meddling with my there's justifications of war goals going against us. The Regional Defense Council of Aragon is justifying against us? Really? Are they really? They're not even long for this world. You know what? Just because. Send the cavalry up there to defend the front line. I think it's kind of amusing. Great Britain declares war on Ireland. Oh, that's entertaining. How many more dockyards do I have? Destroyer models and research bonus for anti-submarine warfare technology. Okay. ASW focus it is. Decisions available. Insufficient resources. Quite a bit of steel because we're trying to build a bunch of ships. And I'm not about to trade. Well, I could. Maybe. Should I? No. Yeah? No. No. We don't need to build bad submarines that badly. Improved infantry equipment. Free civilian factories. Huh. How many do we have now? Oh, we're at the magic number, aren't we? We are, sort of. Seven, 8, 9. We don't really have enough room to put as many civilian factories as I would want. Can we put any on any of these islands out here? I could. It has a building slot. So does this. That might make sense. No building slots. Oh, there's some building slots down here, actually. Yeah, we'll stick with this for now. And research slot. Coming up on 39. Alright, motorized. We're going to want to get the motorized. Yeah, motorized it is. I don't want to make a lot of motorized, just enough so that I can have some decent field hospitals. Treaty of Dublin. Great Britain took 3 states. Ireland has capitulated. Well, that's kind of what happens when Great Britain declares war on Ireland. Treaty of La Corona. Spain took 18 states. Regional Defense Council of Aragon was annexed, and the threat of Aragon attacking Portugal has ceased to be. Republican victory in the Spanish Civil War. After a long, grueling civil war, Spanish anarchists have finally Wait, what? Spanish anarchists? After a long and grueling civil war, Spanish anarchists have finally defeated their Republican and nationalist enemies and secured full control over Spain, though isolated pockets of nationalistic troops continue to wage a guerrilla war that may well hamper the formation of peaceful communes in previously nationalist areas. It's unlikely their further coordinated resistance of any significance will materialize. Nothing about this makes sense. Spanish anarchists were the red people, right? And they lost. The title of it says Republican Victory. As the various communes focus on rebuilding their war-torn villages, towns, cities, and industry, they have elected to remain organized under their wartime regional defense council, apparently in response to increasing hostile rhetoric and various world leaders' reactions to anarchist victory. But they didn't win. Am I missing something here? I'm not missing anything. The communists won, not the anarchists. What? The Soviet influence over Spain is concerning. Italy joined Pact of Rome. Join the Carlist fight. National focus bypassed. Spanish Civil War has ended. National focus bypassed. Assist the support the Spanish monarchy. Yeah. All very sad indeed. But now that those things have been bypassed, Royal Iberian Alliance. Current country leader, Spanish Civil War has ended. Has completed focused restoration of the monarchy. There. Carlist Spain exists. No, it doesn't. At peace with Carlist Spain, yes. Carlist Spain has completed focus, restored the monarchy. Well, this doesn't even make sense. Okay, remember Olivencia. Mutually exclusive, gain claim on places. Okay, deal with fascism. Well, it looks like we're going to be going to war with Spain in this playthrough. I'm wondering if we have enough to do this next. We might try. How close are we to having our... 48 days left, then 70, then 70, so 140 plus that. Then we come back over here, go here and here. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. No reason to rush that. We need to be as stable as we possibly can be before we commit into bringing Duarte to power to avoid the Civil War. China took 5 states. Kingsley Click was annexed. Alright, China's working on unifying itself, sounds like. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, is it time to put units into basic training? How am I doing on supply? We have a deficit on artillery. Huh. 91 days, huh? Oh. Yeah, it may be time to train a couple units. One line. One line is fine. Hey, we got something going on here. The Bolivarian Alliance. President Lázaro Cárdenas of Mexico. Mexico's Partido de la Revolución Mexicana has announced the formation of a new bloc of nations in the Western Hemisphere. The Bolivarian Alliance takes its name from Simon Bolivar. Wow, I don't know why I'm having such a hard time saying Bolivar, an independence fighter who helped win freedom for many of the Latin American nations now joining together in an alliance. Their declared war goal is to seek an end to the continent's domination by the old European and American empires by building strong socialist states linked together economically and diplomatically. Prelude to yet more fighting? Probably. But not my fighting. Well, not yet. Might be my fighting in the future. Alright, it's 39. And time to get the new infantry equipment out the door. France is putting up a good fight. Paraguay joins the alliance. Okay, interesting. we're almost full of fuel. You know what we could do? We could start exercising the fleet. The huge fleet that we have. Merge them. Good. Yeah, you're not exactly what I'm looking for here. Neither are you. Alright, you can wait. I sort of only wanted you to... No, one task force, not two. What did I do here? You guys go to him. And you guys go there. I want to split this task force. What have I done wrong? No, I don't want you in charge of both task force. I only want you in charge of the subs. There we go. You can have the destroyers, you can have the subs. Good. Okay, we've got automatic split off enabled, and they're going to be drilling out here in the Iberian coast until they're experienced. And there, we're using some fuel now. It is 39, so it's probably time to go with that. Alright, submarine effort, merchant marine protection, 2 times research bonus for maritime technology, transport models, and that'll give us the research bonus after that. Let's go with that. And why am I still only at 91%? There's no daily change, no daily change, no daily change. So evidently, this makeup can only produce a stability of 91%. So these things seem to be linked differently than they used to be. You used to be able to have 100% stability regardless of the political makeup. Now they seem to be tied together, which I like that. It makes me have to worry about this more for more reasons than I used to. So, in which case, I feel like we need to maybe do something about the communists. Or institute press censorships to decrease them all while supporting unaligned. I would need more political power for that. Or I could go straight after communism. Oh, improved worker conditions. Do we want to affect our factories right now? But it's a nice way to get stability up without having to lower stability. Yeah, in fact, I think that's what we might do. Once we get 100 political power, we're going to do that. Or no, we should probably save it for when we start to tank our political power with that focus that's going to lower our stability dramatically and fast. If we run this at the same time as that, it might offset it. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Okay, we now have motorized. I am curious about these armored cars. They're kind of a new thing. In fact, I think they are a new thing. I don't remember having armored cars in the past, and I like the idea of armored cars, to be honest. Though that's another thing I have to manufacture. field hospital. That's probably what we're going to do. But we can upgrade the artillery and get a passive upgrade to our anti-air that we're not quite using yet. We can wait to do some doctrine stuff. I would like to get a useful submarine ready to be manufactured so that we can stop manufacturing crap sooner than later. Maybe that might be the way to go. Industry? Is there something in industry we have to do right now? I mean, that certainly would be useful. I think we need to get manufacturing something useful Navy-wise now. Let's go with the snorkel. So we've certainly not done much of anything so far as Portugal, but I think that's just a thing. We certainly could play far more aggressively than we have, but that's not my playstyle. I'm not super aggressive. I'm not a, oh, let's just have a civil war and be done with it type player. I would like to avoid the civil war if at all possible to accomplish the same goal without a loss of manpower and lives, because that just seems to make more sense to me in my mind. Why waste the manpower and lives if you don't have to? Of course, you know, it definitely gives you army experience and and then you can build better templates. So, you know, there's reasons to do it other ways. And I recognize those reasons. I don't begrudge anyone that plays that way. It's just not quite me. How is the US doing? It's not looking very good there. Declared war on the Netherlands? Wait, what? So the Germans are demanding Memel, and the Poland has that whole faction going on over there. But the Mexicans have declared war on the Netherlands. I think that is just very interesting. Alright, and with this submarine hull, I think we could then put together a fairly decent sub to be manufactured. We're going to do that. Wait, I don't have these researched. Huh. I think that only enables you to put those on surface ships. And this automatically it does. Well, I didn't need to research this then, because it was already on the hull itself. Well, don't I feel like a schmuck? Well, the snorkel's at least useful. Is there anything else that can improve a submarine that's not already built into the submarine? Submarine mine laying. That's kind of gimmicky. Alright. Let's just get 1940 subs, and that will be what we will make. Those will be good, solid submarines going into the future for us. And then with the combination of the ships we'll be getting from Great Britain, no. I think more civilian factories. Okay, we'll build a military factory. Yeah, we'll build military factories. We're running out of space to build factories, period. And we need more military infrastructure. So I think we got as many civilian factories as we really can have at this point. And also, it might be time which of these icons do I like? Something about that one kind of screams to me. James Johnson Intelligence Agency, JJIA. There we go. Agency being formed. Little Entente reaffirmed. Czechoslovakia has today announced that the almost defunct Little Entente alliance system will stand by their commitments. A statement released by the Foreign Office announced Czechoslovakia is not a great power, but it is a regional power. It is our firm belief that an alliance of regional powers can and will prevent the so-called great powers from meddling in our affairs. Huh. What do these highlights mean? Does that mean that Romania and Yugoslavia joined? Nah. Romania has joined it. Well, that spices things up. Look at these power blocks. I'm liking this. I'm really liking this. This is... Uh-oh. Comintern. Flat up Spain joined the Comintern. Well... Just not exactly what I wanted to see. Yeah. Great. Great Britain. Nice. Mexico's showing some cojones. But this might be a good time to wrap up this episode. Just like it looks like the United States is wrapping up their civil war, as Florida and Virginia seem to be the last bastions of the Loyalists. It's definitely looking like the United States is going to be a bastion of democratic socialist freedom once more. Even though I tried to get it to play fascist. It's not listening to the directives that I gave it at the beginning of the game. But some of the countries are, so that's not so bad. China is doing stuff and things. We got some interesting stuff going on over here. The state of Japan is still in its civil war that seems to be going on forever. And anything else of interest before we wrap up this here episode? Have we missed any major developments in the world? Not really looking like it. We can look at the faction map mode one more time. Any factions forming anywhere? Commonwealth of... Oh, yeah, Commonwealth of Nations. Wait, Commonwealth of Nations. Without a Great Britain. Oh, that's beautiful, actually. So we have the former remnants of the Commonwealth have all banded together to make their own block. I love it. That's awesome. Without Great Britain in it. Very, very entertaining. Bolivarian Alliance over here has the tiny little country of, what is this? Uruguay? No. Paraguay. Yeah, it's got to be Paraguay then. So one of the Guays, and since Uruguay is there, it must be Paraguay. So anyway, Paraguay and Mexico are the mighty Bolivarian Alliance who are pushing their weight around against Great Britain. That's highly entertaining. Pact of Rome, so this is Italian lands. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with how this playthrough is shaping up, and if you are too, please smack that like button, make some comments, show your interest in the stream, tell me what you think of what's going on, and heck, you can even talk about how terribly I've been playing Portugal and how passive I've been and how I need to I don't know, speed things up, etc., etc. But I do promise that soon, here in the near future, Brazil will become part of Portugal. And when that happens, Portugal is going to start to flex its muscles some. We might even go after this little nation of Paraguay and add it to what will be our great new empire. And we might form greater relations with those evil monarchy in Great Britain. Anyways, that's just some possibilities of what might be in store in the future. Anyway, I'm James Johnson, aka Sulfurblade. This is my content. Hopefully you're enjoying it. If so, please leave a like and subscribe. And until the next time, all, peace.